shit. They got me confused. You know, fuck it.
You know you in the hood when you hear a dog barking in the background for sure. And a real dog, that sound like a hood dog, like a motherfucker for real. But it's your boy Blaze.
And you got Steph.
And it's the No Invite Podcast. We are back again. Excuse
Ooh,
me, that shit don't
nasty.
stop. Pardon me. Producer Patty mad right now. But no, I mean, it's another one. How was your week, Steph?
Oh man. Oh man. Why my week always gotta have like some interesting bullshit, bro? Like
your life's like a movie, Steph?
Half the time shit. Half of the time it is. So look, I'm literally sitting in my car, legally parked in a 4-hour spot for about an hour in front of this like plant nursery in Marin. So I'm thinking I'm totally fine, and I'm just studying my drink recipes, studying for my new job. And I guess somebody felt some type of way and had to call the fucking boys. They come fucking with me as if I didn't fucking did something. And I'm like, officer, I'm literally just sitting here like I'm like studying. And then they run
the description.
Yeah, right. Yeah, really. So then they run my name. See, I'm on little bitch ass probation.
Did you get frisked?
No, they didn't frisk me. Oh, okay. They just wanted to have a reason to go through my shit. And I got scared, and they're like, why are you acting nervous for? You got anything in the car? I'm like, no.
Like, where the drugs at?
Like if you really...
I got a gun.
Look, if I were to really say why I was nervous, you might fucking arrest me and take me to jail.
Well, I mean, shit. They're gonna be like,
what hair tie?
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I didn't want to go there, but yeah. With your baby ass ponytail in the back of your head, that shit look crazy. Like, come
I
on,
know.
bro.
Look, I got hang time now. Look. Nah, but man, the police just was fucking with me, man. Like, always on some bullshit. And then road rage happened with somebody against me, and you know, it's always some shit.
I know. You know what? Touching back to the thing, like, so you were just sitting there studying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you know that the people inside college, could you see them like staring at you through the window or some shit? Because that's how usually people do. They'll be nosy first and look at you, and then just be watching you and be like, "What you doing out there?"
This white lady came out about 3 times and kept going to her car.
She had to make sure she didn't leave no valuables in there.
They probably. I know, and I'm white.
Hey.
I want everybody to understand the context.
Yeah.
This is how it is when we live in the Bay.
Hey,
yes.
It's crazy, yeah.
There's
because
no discrimination.
Yeah. No,
well, obviously, because I didn't have a Benz in Marin, so maybe that.
It was discrimination. You didn't have enough money for them.
Yeah, really.
Exactly. That's all it was. It was like, what the fuck?
God damn it.
Lately they've been treating you bad, Stephen. You know what? They've been doing good. I guess we are getting progressive in society because I've been all right. Like, I ain't been fucked with or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I swear, because look, I don't remember the last time I had a run-in with police. You know, I had a road rage incident too, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. And I don't know, because like, you know, with the things you've been going to, you know, the legal matters, mm-hmm. the road rage,
man,
the police contact.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
like, damn, Steph thugging than me out here in these streets. Hey, there's an emphasis on mob when it's mobbing with Steph and shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is true, all facts.
Yeah. But fucking no, that's crazy though. So okay, so that happened. What happened with the road rage?
Man, the motherfuckers act like they never went to the DMV and took a driving test. Like,
most motherfuckers did pass that shit on luck.
I don't even know how people get their L's nowadays. Like, I don't get it. Like, when you merge, it's every other car. I'm in my position where I'm supposed to be at, and I guess dude wanted to get in front of us, and this motherfucker followed us off the exit 4 miles.
So you went first, is what you're saying? Like you were supposed to.
I was supposed to be first.
Yeah. And he didn't like the fact that you got something and he didn't get it first.
Yep. And so this motherfucker had the time.
How he looking at me like how I spin that shit, huh?
I think it's funny that you think that's funny.
I love
no,
the
it's
way
not
he
that
conveys
that's funny. It's not that that's funny. It's when I turn around and look at Patty.
The hardest at his joke. Like, that's what I was.
See, the thing is that it's not that the joke that I think is funny. It's people's reaction. Like when I look at Patty looks stone looking at me like this motherfucker. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm dead ass serious. This for real. That's what makes me laugh. That's why I turn around and look at Patty and I start laughing because the way she looks makes me laugh. You get it? When I say comedy, it ain't for y'all. It's
You
for
looking
me.
at me laughing at you makes me laugh.
Exactly.
Shit.
It's not for y'all. It's just do something so I can laugh. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to the shit. Like,
But look, this motherfucker had the time of day to follow me off the exit 4 miles down to the restaurant where we was gonna go eat. Jumps out of his little Mercedes. And I must have been about 100 lesbians, 1,000 motherfuckers.
that's a lot of lesbians.
Man, like how he know I didn't have cancer or something with my short hair? Like how you? But
People
you know,
don't give
but
a
for
fuck.
real, I mean,
But I mean, I'm just
fuck
keeping
with me
real
and I
with you.
shaved my
That's the
head.
first thing I think when I see somebody with barely no hair on their head. You know what I mean?
With the lesbian thing.
Oh, totally homophobic.
He was tripping already.
He was already, yeah. Like, your first go-to is lesbian, and I'm a son of a bitch, and this, that, and the third. But then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? He's probably having a bad day. I forgive you.
That is true.
You never know, because if you had the time of day to really follow me and cuss me out over a merge, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I forgive you, bro.
You obviously got some other shit going on. And remember we
His
talked
wife
about
didn't
that a
suck
couple
his dick in the morning. That's what it was.
Maybe.
He was mad.
Maybe. I didn't know we were monitoring such things. Like, but
Shit.
that might just have something to do with it.
Shit.
But you know, might put somebody in a bad mood without some of that. But,
Yeah. Well, it made him in a bad mood.
The thing is, it's like people. Remember we talked about it a couple episodes. It was like people give a fuck too much about what other people think while they're driving.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, I didn't get my way or what I thought my way is. Let me go smash up and take whatever I'm going through out on the road. That's why they call it road rage, because it's really, you're mad on the road. It ain't really you're mad at what's going on the road. You got something else that's bothering your ass, but you're taking it out on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, I'm good. People, what's it called? I feel like I just had a road rage incident too, and I feel like people give a fuck too much about what other people are doing. Like sometimes people get mad because somebody's maybe swerving a little bit, or man, you don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just, you know, they weren't paying attention. They try to miss something in the road. It ain't always that they're not driving right?
You know what
So
that just made
people
me
get mad
think
at
of?
that shit. I've seen people get pissed off because somebody fucking stopped too fast for them. Like, and they weren't even close. It's not like there was any threat of them hitting him. I think the other person that was behind them probably wasn't paying attention, and then they were like, oh shit, I could have hit your ass, but now I'm mad at you because you stopped for whatever reason. I mean,
they cut you off where you almost got into an accident.
I mean,
Now,
does
when
it
you
really?
cut somebody off, then you
when
dead
it's,
ass
like,
wrong.
outright-
When it's blatant, that ain't cool.
Outright.
Yeah, when it's blatant, it ain't cool. But I see a lot of examples of road rage over shit that's just minor. Like because the thing about road rage, not only do you experience it yourself, like personally, because we all had it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. But you see other people on the road and how they act over something stupid, like you didn't use your blinker. Like I get it. You know, my whole thing, like I said, also we were talking about in the other episode, is like my reaction nowadays is a lot more chill than it would be any other time for shit like that.
Yeah.
Just because I know what shit like that could lead to. And at the end of the day, I'm alive. It wasn't done intentionally where he was trying to run me off the road or some crazy shit like that.
Oh, I've done
so
that.
you got to be able to try to. we're gonna say you didn't, allegedly.
Shit. Fuck the police.
Anyways.
Hey, but you know,
I bet you she wasn't saying that fuck the police shit when they ran her running her name and shit. She was like, yes, of course, anything. Steph, did you use your white people voice when they came?
No.
You're like, you
No.
kept it real?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I ain't gonna give them. Nah, fuck that.
I feel you.
But you know what? You know what that made me think about the whole road rage thing? It reminds me, like, when you have a roommate, right? When you have, like, the living room, you're in a general area.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When you're on the road, you're in a general area with everybody.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you're not respecting the rules or the rules of the road or the house rules, then you have that road rage. You have that conflict. And then
Yeah, because
you get what I'm saying?
people, yeah, and you're right about that. But it's
I
like
mean, it's
this.
just an example.
No, that's exactly right. And my whole thing is like this. It's not that so much that, because that's natural. We're all sharing spaces. There's gonna be interactions. Somebody's gonna be rude and not say excuse me or some shit like that. And what I'm saying is your reaction. Your reaction is everything. Like while these people road rage, like for instance, let me tell you my situation. I'm coming down the street. There's a T. It's an intersection. It's a T intersection. So basically, it's one way. It's one street crossing another. It comes to a T. I'm coming up. This guy obviously didn't see me. There's a lot of cars on the street. It's a narrow street.
He's blocking the views.
It's blocking the views from seeing people come down the street. So basically, you got to really inch your way into the intersection slowly,
So you can see.
until you can see, and then you could hit it. So I always know that, so I don't even do that. I come almost to a complete stop before I even get there just to make sure no cars are coming, because I know this guy was obviously going too fast. When he pulled up, he didn't see me.
It was residential too?
It was residential. He didn't see me, and he kind of like got scared. I'm like, bro, don't be scary driving and be driving fast. If you're going to drive fast, know what the fuck you doing. You know? So he seen me and got scared a little bit and swerved, but I wasn't even in the intersection. I guess he must have thought I was still moving, but I was at a stop. He stops the car. Him and his old ass wife, these two old motherfuckers. These motherfuckers had to be like in their 50s. I'm like, bro, stop, bro, like for real. And I'm talking about young 50s. I'm not talking about old 50s.
Still,
well, then again, they're whites. They're whites. They could have been like maybe 35, 40 for all I know. But he was an old gray haired dude and a lady. I'm like, okay, whatever.
He should know better.
He starts shaking his fist. The lady's shaking his fist too. I'm just like, whatever. As I'm driving the intersection, I'm giving him the finger like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, keeping it pushing. So I see him the next day. Same spot. This time.
The next day.
So I'm like, right? Same spot. I'm about to pull up to my street. He's driving. I get behind him. When I get behind him and I start driving up, he looks in the rear view, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna stop at my house because this dude's irrational. I don't want him knowing where I live. You feel what I'm saying?
Do some hoe shit.
To do some hoe shit. Like I said, he might come slash my tires or break my windows or do some fucking punk shit because he mad.
What people would do.
People really road rage like that and they take that shit personal, right?
Jesus.
So I keep it moving. It just so happens the only way to go is to go behind him. So I'm following him for like maybe 2 blocks before I could turn.
Right.
So when I get there, we get to a stop sign, he's going straight. I'm making that right. We pull up next to each other, and he goes, "Do I know you?" Like crazy as fuck. So I rolled down my window. I was like, "Nah, motherfucker, do I know you?" like what's up? Like, what the fuck's your problem? You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh no, I thought you were a friend." I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker."
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'll break that shit down right now because somebody said something to you." See, I got a point. Long story short, he broke it down. He acted like a sucker. I was like, "That's right, whatever." I drove off, went to the house. Couple days later, I see him again.
Hell no.
And now I'm waiting for my kid. I'm in the street. Obviously, I'm double parked, narrow streets. I get it, but there was plenty of space. It's not like I was bogarting, right? I'm in the street waiting for my kid. I see him coming in the distance. I'm like, fuck. I put it in drive and start scooting away from my house because, like I said, I don't want this dude doing some petty ass shit.
Right.
Because he obviously, that's how motherfuckers are.
And this is your third time seeing him in a week.
Anyways, he drives by. He sees that I'm in the streets. You could tell. You could read his lips. What the fuck are you doing?
No.
And drives off. I'm like, at that point, I forgave him. I'm like, yo, this dude's obviously on medication or something. Like, you know what I mean? Something's wrong, or he's having issues because it's like I'm clearly not doing anything wrong, and now he still got a problem, and I know he don't got a problem with me because he don't know me. So he's taking out whatever's bothering him.
His wife
on the
didn't
road.
suck his dick in the morning.
She looked like she couldn't suck dick to begin with. The bitch looked crazy. So at that point, I was just like, I let it go. I'm like, man, he not gonna put his hands on me, so I'm not worried about that. We already know he's a coward. He want to run around and say crazy stuff. That's fine. Go ahead. But my whole thing, like back to that, what were we saying about the road rage shit? Oh yeah, it's your reaction. It's always your reaction because
and that's
look,
gonna stress you out.
It is gonna stress you out, but also this, you gotta understand something. What if I was like a psycho and he just getting at me like that?
Ooh.
Oh, that's how people get hurt.
That's like the Iceman. You guys heard about him? Oh my God.
I'm gonna make it my business.
No, like somebody did some shit like that to him, and now you guys can go YouTube him. He's fucking crazy. Soft-spoken, big as fuck, like super soft-spoken man, whatever, and somebody did some shit like that to him, and he just went.
Look, you remember that football player, Aaron Hernandez, right? Now, they're saying he was a fucking psycho, right?
That shit's
They said that
crazy.
he killed one person at a club because he stepped on his shoes and scuffed him up and didn't say sorry.
See, you can't
He said
be...
he waited for him. They allegedly, well, I don't know how allegedly,
Right.
now I don't know if he went down for that one or not. The football player dude, yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, you can't test people.
You can't talk to people like that. I mean, you can, but just know
You
that
don't
everybody
know who-
ain't going to be like that. Like I said, if it was me maybe 10 years ago, I might have flipped out on him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, fuck all that. I'm like, it's not worth it. Obviously, he has some kind of issue that's more deeper than what I'm doing because I can't be doing that. I can't be that bad of a driver. You know what I mean? I'm not. Every situation that I seen him in, it was never like me being aggressive. You know?
was the aggressor.
Yeah, so that person got to be careful because there's people out there that don't give a fuck.
Yeah, man.
Everybody got to be careful. Don't take out your personal problems on the road.
Strangers.
Because you never know who you'll bump into, and you don't know what kind of person they are, and it's really not worth it at the end of the day. Or like all these road rage videos you see where motherfuckers fighting, getting run over, and the whole shit. It's like, bro, it's not really worth that, yo.
It's really not.
It's really not. You know, chill, find your chill,
Spread
man.
the
Go do something, go get some
positivity.
money. Go get some money. Go get some pussy.
really.
Go get some business. You know, whoever's mad like that to the point where they want to take, as long as they're not hurting you, because I'm not gonna tell nobody not to defend themselves.
Right.
But as long as they're not hurting you, bro, keep it pushing. Whatever they're going through, they're probably going through 10 times worse than what you are.
Yeah, and that and all that leads to the next segment, because we on this mental health hype, so we gonna keep it pushing into the next segment. So we'll be right back after this break.
Take the wheel, Steph. Take the wheel. I've been the whole time y'all been talking. I've been listening to y'all, but I've been watching this shit, and this is like the craziest like shit to be watching while you're you guys are talking about what we're talking
It's
about.
always more hilarious on silence.
Yeah, it is. We used to be.
That type of shit,
We used to make up our own captions like they do now and shit. You know how they do videos with each overdub shit?
Yeah. Look at Shaq.
That's crazy.
Oh, so my bad, people. We all the way back on track. So we was just touching base on, you know, the topic of mental health and every aspect of that.
Well, we were talking about earlier. We were talking about you said you seen the video about the dude that poured fucking diarrhea on that lady walking on the street, right?
Yeah. So I read further into it, and the dude was schizophrenic. Oh, and before we divulge in that, somebody wrote in the comments like, "Oh, that must have been karma for her."
Damn.
Right? No, but this is fucked
What
up.
did you do in life to get a hot bucket of shit
But
poured
nah,
on you?
you can't justify it as karma. That's
Probably.
what, yeah, but you can't. But then I thought about
Maybe
you
she
can't
shit on somebody and it was just a little small shit, so naturally the universe had to one up
You
it
are
with
so
a bucket of
horrible.
shit. Like
But you know
karma
what,
always
though?
comes back 10 times worse,
But
like
do
they
you really
say.
think it's karma that she had like some path interception with a fucking schizophrenic and she deserved it? No, I don't think that's karma. I just think wrong
I
place,
don't
wrong
think
time.
so neither. It's
I don't think that was karma.
Everything ain't cosmic and
Right,
fucking, you know what I'm
right.
saying, dipped in fucking glitter and sauce and shit. You feel me? It's like, come on, y'all, like.
But man, like that was a lot of shit. That was a lot of shit that got poured on her, man. That's just sad. Like
that was some just wild shit. When I seen that, it was one of those things where I seen that, and you know how when you read shit, it makes you angry, and it's like, bro, I could imagine if that was like one of my family members or me, it would have been over for dude right then and there. I don't give a fuck what he's going through.
People like that who have schizophrenia, and then this is a fact, because I took a psychology class a long time ago. Only 2% of United States, I don't know about the world, but only 2% of the population in the United States are schizophrenic, and that accumulates for like some hundreds of thousands or 100,000 people.
Yeah.
And it's so unfortunate, but people who have
scary.
real like delusions of grandeur, or some, I can't remember the correct term. When you have delusions of grandeur and you're schizophrenic, people like that need to be in the institutions. They need to be, because then you have shit like that happening. You can't just release them because.
I think they gotta put them in communities. We gotta not fuck an institution.
No, people like that need to be, and if they refuse to take their meds, then you're gonna have shit like this happen to somebody who didn't. Now this woman has to get tested every 3 months for disease.
I believe that. What I'm saying is that we gotta find a more humane way though of dealing with that too. Though,
There is,
because
yes,
at the
I
same
agree. But for now, that's what should. I mean, for people like
I feel like they should make communities, you know, with them and shit for them.
then they go
only.
end up killing each other and throw shit on themselves.
Well, they have to also be taking their meds, of course.
Yeah,
but have it more set up like it's a fucking
Yeah,
real life.
but you know what? The government ain't gonna do that. I mean, we.
That's right, because we don't put money into that. That's not one of the first. The well-being of the public is not.
Oh wait, that is part of it.
The well-being of the public is not the number one priority.
See, like all the general people like ourselves, we'll always come up with brilliant ideas like that and so on, but we can never do nothing about it because nobody wants to put their money towards that. It doesn't impact them in any kind of way.
It doesn't make money.
No, but you know what I'm saying, like in general, like, because you know the people are outnumbered. What is it, like the pond can overtake the king type shit? Like our numbers can overpower, you know, if we all were to band together, but we don't.
Systems aren't perfect though.
Yeah.
You know what I heard? I heard somewhere that they said that the government, the money we generate in taxes or whatnot would be enough for everybody to get money back.
Oh yeah.
And it's literally lift every single person out of poverty in America.
And when you have a thriving nation, when the people are thriving, you're gonna have I mean, we're already a strong country as it is, but we wouldn't have all the issues that we have if our government wasn't suppressing us in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? But they all about that. They all about the revenue.
It's all about the money. Did you see the video of I just told you. I don't know if you seen the video. Of the I think he was schizophrenic or something. I forgot what it was. He had some kind of mental illness, and he attacked two ladies in an IHOP with that Denny's with the metal coffee pots. Full of coffee.
He just went in there.
He was in there already. I guess I looked at the article. It didn't really say where he came from. It's just that he was in there, so I'm assuming he was a customer or something, right? He got up, grabbed the coffee pot, and started these old ladies. They said they're like 60 and 70 years old.
Oh my God!
Started hitting them both with the fucking coffee pot. That shit was crazy. They fought him off a little bit.
Oh my God!
I don't know. First of all, I don't know where the fuck anybody was at. It's like if you see some kind of shit like that and you don't do nothing, you a sucker for real.
That's just like with some shit that happened in the city. Like some old, like a robbery was happening and somebody knocked out some elderly man. He hit his head on the concrete and everybody's just not doing shit, just recording. And it's just like, yeah, I'm like, what is wrong with you people nowadays?
Oh no, that's crazy.
I guess they might be scared too, but shit, if I saw some shit like that, I would definitely step in and risk it. Fuck that.
Well,
what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Yeah,
but if
you
there's
gotta
a
be
gun,
careful.
fuck that.
You gotta be careful. Is it? You know what I mean?
But no, you just knocked out some old ass man for nothing, and he smacked his head on the fucking concrete. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know, but you know, a lot of those attacks, they'll be based off some shit like that. Like, dude got some kind of illness to begin with, and I'm not justifying it because, like Patty, remember you told me I was like, ain't really. I don't give a fuck when some shit like that happens.
Right.
It's like you can't tell somebody how to react. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like some people are going to forgive you. Some people are going to fight you. Some people might hurt that person too because it's like you don't know. Back to what we were talking about earlier. You don't know what the fuck.
Where that person's mental
exactly.
is at. Yeah, because some people aren't as forgiving and some people are just shameless and they will just take off on you.
And the whole mental illness aspect, you know what I mean? That goes... That's like we've been seeing a lot of these videos and shit, but it's probably no more than usual, like you said, because it's only like 2%. They like to hype it up a lot, though. It's just because it's like... It's really like on some random shit, you know? Yeah,
because they're schizophrenic. Like, delusions of grandeur. That's what, like, when you see them, like, standing like a statue, like, that's delusions of grandeur. Like, it's very rare when people have that. And then when they start doing shit like that, or when they think that there's somebody that they're not, like, they're really sick. No, for real, they're really sick.
I'm fucked up, because I think...
they're really sick. They're really sick.
I think I know a couple more motherfuckers like that.
Oh, shit.
You know what's odd, though, is that they'll be like that. And then I'll be like, what's up, because we know them, we grew up around those people. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, what's up, hi. Like, totally fucking normal. Like, they'll be acting like talking, and I'll be like, hi, and they'll be like, hi,
yeah.
Yeah. They sick.
Yeah, I know a cat personally that's out here homeless. He's like my age. He was my cellie in juvenile hall, and he got locked up. So I don't know what the fuck happened to him in jail because he went to YA shit. I don't know what the fuck happened to that cat, but he came back. He just wasn't the same. He was like mentally, he was just out of there. And he's a homeless dude now. I'll be seeing him. I'll drive around every time I see him. If I got some dough, I'll give him some bread, something. But I'll be like, do you remember me? And he don't really say nothing. Like, he's one of them dudes. He looks shell-shocked. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, bro, you're my age. You feel me? It's like what the fuck happened to you? But at the same time, it's not that I say judging. It's just more like, damn, like, it makes me think, you know? And
where somebody's mental is at. Who knows what kind of traumatic shit happened to him?
You don't know what happened to him while he
know.
was gone. You don't know if it was, maybe it was something that he came out that happened and he was on the street. You don't know, like. Mm-hmm. But it's crazy because the way we treat it, the way there's, like you said, and I agree with you too. Like, it's not top priority. So, you know, we don't have places for these people to go to for, like, you know, where it's. Yeah, I'm taking my meds. Yeah, I'm doing this. Somebody's keeping an active eye on them instead of fucking just like the county where they're going to check on you only if they hear something from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
But people don't want that responsibility. That's why they have the institutions, because we're so caught up in the hustle and bustle and trying to make a buck. We don't want to take on that responsibility of somebody else.
But I'm saying if they had money and... Why is it always some crazy shit with Steph's here, bro? We're watching The Simpsons again.
Look, they're vegan.
No. What you just missed, he literally had a pig right there and he pulled 2 slices of bacon off his stomach. But
the pig got up and
walked away like it, because it's heaven, so it didn't hurt the pig.
Exactly,
the pig's like, I'm gone.
Paradise.
Look, that shit's hella funny. All right, back to the subject we was talking about, though, right? We're talking about dude, right? I don't fucking know.
You're trying to
I lost my train of thought. I thought that was the most funny shit. And I hate to keep pointing that out, but you know that shit was funny.
They're watching
as
the
fuck.
fucking Simpsons. You
No, it's
guys.
because when we're recording, the TV's on mute though, right? So like, I look up and it's like I'm not
shit.
really watching it. I'm engaged in the conversation, obviously, but it's like I look up.
Saying people don't want the responsibility.
I look
Right,
up
right.
and then I catch the out of all scenes that I look up, I
Why
catch
is she
the
holding
craziest
a
scene.
beaver?
Because they out there. That's Adam and Eve right
Lord
there.
Jesus, which
That's
is
Adam and Eve, see?
fucking fake.
Ah,
Ain't no Adam and Eve. We would all be sick as fuck if that was the case. Eat
That's
the
right.
apple, bitch. Eat the apple, hoe.
That they need institutes.
Oh yeah, what I was saying
The
as far as like,
responsibility.
yeah, why don't they make that? See, if there was really money getting put into stuff, why don't they create little centers where somebody's like damn, I feel like a PO keeps up with a motherfucker more sometimes than people out, you know.
Man, oh,
And they
man.
get paid. They have a
Ain't
little
that a
thing and they take care.
motherfucker?
They
That's
got
a good
and they
point.
keep in contact with them consistently. Like I said, when it's the county just watching over you and they barely get to see you.
Blaze
like,
for president.
Yeah, I don't know about that. With my record, I don't think they don't let me. They
Man,
don't give me
fuck
none
that,
of that
shit.
That's
Run for your
crazy,
local
yeah.
office. I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? But look, think about that. Like it's kind
Excuse
of like
me.
a caseload and caseworkers, but more on a personal level. Where that's all those people do. They don't do nothing else, so they're not swarmed and swamped.
Right.
But that, I mean, obviously that costs money, and they're not really gonna.
Try to do like that, but it doesn't.
Right.
There's so many flaws in our
Yeah.
medical system and stuff.
Yeah. Well, because once again, it's all about the revenue. People ain't in it
Yeah.
for the right reasons.
There ain't no money in solutions.
Man, oh man.
There ain't no money in solutions. It's just keep problems going so you can treat them.
So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's just
People who work in those fields, I know people that they actually want to make a difference. But
Yeah.
there's so many people that just
Well, yeah, they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed, Yo. Like you can't blame.
it's the way the system is
Look,
set
I
up.
told you, he's chilling. He's
Oh
all right.
Lord,
Look.
have mercy. No. You know, bacon is 6-month-old pig.
I believe it. It's cured, right? Because it's
Don't
cured.
say, don't stop.
They cured it of its sin, of its delicious sin, bacon, evil. You know I'm just fucking with you, right? Steph looking at me crazy right now. Steph's really about this vegan shit, y'all. So if you see her, don't approach her with no crazy shit. You better come with some fucking
Look, I don't give a
some
fuck if I'm
carrot
on
sticks and
probation. You will get
some
cussed
celery. You know what I mean?
And it might go down.
If you want to get on Steph's good side, approach her with some celery and some carrot sticks
Fuck
and shit.
off.
and y'all could be cool.
Nah, just don't come at me and say plants have fucking feelings too. They do not have a central nervous system. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Okay? But on another note, because we're gonna have that veganism talk. Actually, as a matter of fact, speaking of oh wait, no, never mind. I take that back. We're gonna do that on another episode. Bro, tell me why a friend of mine has a roommate, right? And her roommate
Is a creep?
is crazy as shit. So she's like tripping about her roommate getting up in the middle of the night, like getting something to eat, and her being, you know, like loud or whatever. So she tried to be quiet, you know, in the middle of the night if she get up and get something to eat. But when her ass does it, when the other roommate does it, she get up drunk as fuck, making hella noise, taking the ice machine apart, cussing at it at 3 a.m, and then this really happened. Like, I guess she was supposed to be texting somebody else, and she sent it to her roommate by accident.
Oh, shit.
And everything that she did, she made it seem like it was her roommate, and she accidentally sent it to her.
What do you mean by that? Break that down. Like,
So the roommate number 1 was tripping on roommate number 2 being loud in the middle of the night, even though she wasn't. So then tables are turned. Roommate number 1 gets up in the middle of the night being loud as fuck, right? And then went to go tell somebody else
like what? Through a message? You
through
said
a
text?
text message saying that everything that she did, roommate number 2 did.
Oh, so she got it. Okay.
Twisted it around, and she sent it.
She's basically blaming everything that she's
She did.
doing on the roommate.
Yeah, and then she sent the text to the roommate on accident, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Like, what do you, like, I don't know, like, how could you, like, and then try to say, like, oh, no, I was talking about myself, and I'm just like, bitch, ain't no
That's
way.
funny.
Ain't no fucking way, bro.
This motherfucker gets up, makes all kinds of ice and shit in the middle of the night. It's really that person doing it.
Yeah, like, why? You ain't got nothing better to do? Like, come on now.
Like, what y'all doing in there?
over a fucking ice machine. Bitch. Like, come on, man.
That's crazy. Now, do you think that person's roommate is kind of like has some mental issues, or do you
I think definitely, and she probably bored as fuck, needs something to talk shit about, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Come on now, step it up a little bit. I'm pretty sure you could have.
That's funny though. That's like, because to me that, I mean, it may be normal. I don't know because I'm not into psychology, but that sounds like some weird. Like she got some kind of issues.
She definitely does. I mean, man, that's insane. Like, how you gonna get up in the middle of the night and make dumbass noise over an ice machine to rip it apart, knowing you don't like it when it's done to you, and then you're gonna try and flip it around and then you send it to the wrong motherfucker. And
you're telling people that it's the roommate doing it, not you. That's doing all this shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, like come on.
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. I'm like, man. I don't know. Like she might be careful. She might have some issues. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
tell your folks.
She a low key hater. Low key hater. But man, are you looking forward to the up and coming holidays? I mean, you know, people get really upset around these times, and that goes back to our whole mental health topic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think like these whole holiday things. I think because there's so much emphasis on that on just these days, when there should be more emphasis on every day being like that.
Right.
You know, like being together and making an effort and having a more positive mindset, because everybody's hella positive during the holidays, and the people that are not is because they're looking at it obviously the other way, but they got shit going on, and they don't feel that. They don't feel the same thing that other people feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the holidays, I feel like, well, obviously we all know that they were white man created, but they were yeah, I know, fuck, man, shit. No, it's all good because I'd be ashamed sometimes, but I think there was good purpose behind it, but the stories behind it are fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, the purpose behind it as far as bringing people together. The thought, thank you. But it's like, you know, around these times, you know, it gets gloomy and dark and depressing weather and blah, 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 blah. So the holidays are like a good thing to bring people together and to bring the spirits up and whatnot, but people, we're so like Americanized with like the thought of the family and all this other concepts that fall with the holidays that it makes people more depressed.
Look at this shit. This is crazy. I had seen this earlier. Fucking Santa Claus looks like a fucking 80s fucking rock band fucking like a rock band singer. Like what the fuck? But anyway.
Damn, Chis, hella dandruff.
That bitch mad.
God damn.
Yeah. She gonna have to sleep on the couch.
Lord, get some head and shoulders, bitch.
Yeah, the times of the year. I mean, people do get things, and does affect your mental health. You know, and it's. I like my personal philosophy is that those are the times the most that you should really
spread more positivity.
Have not only that, but be more understanding of other people too,
yes.
like how they feel.
Compassion.
You know, some compassion, because you know people are going through and everything ain't kosher for everyone, and I like we was talking about the whole social media shit. Like for me, it's like the whole texting. I mean, not the whole texting, but the whole being on Instagram or whatever the fuck, you know, and how it affects people's mental health. It really affects them during these times of the year, because you only get people's highlights. So if you're somebody that really emphasizes on that and really looks at that to try to gauge what life is like,
man. You know what? Now that you bring up the social media aspect, you know what I found out. It might be a little off, but so look, I actually read, because like you know, with this whole like taking away likes thing that they're doing, and everybody thinks it's
people's worlds are collapsing right now.
Lord. They say all the Instagram models are gonna have a fucking mental breakdown and all this kind of shit. It's like, you know what? There hasn't even been a long enough research study time on these topics, and I actually read that 63% of people who use social media like are totally not affected by it. And there's also a short study that shows that it's actually good for the kids to be on there and interacting with their groups, as long as it's depending on the content of which. But there hasn't been enough trial and error and study on it.
Well, there ain't been no study in general on this whole shit. We were saying that early in another thing too, the previous conversation. There hasn't been a lot of study on it, and when you look at it, you don't really know what the effects are going to be, good or bad. The like thing, you know, in mental health, they said it's because people, you know, get judged and bullied by what they don't have, as far as a lot of likes, or a lot of followers or whatnot and shit like that. But somebody else brought up an interesting concept, interesting point. They were like, they're really doing this so you don't make money, like because think about it, when Instagram first started. A quick little lesson from, you know, what I've seen, and since I've been on Instagram. When Instagram started, it was wide open, and it was up to the second. So it doesn't matter who's seen what. Whatever time you dropped it, that's what time it would be seen. And depending on people's flow of how many people they follow, it'll go push it down farther or stay. It was always
chronological. It was
it was chronological order. Yeah. So that's how people got really out there, and their content got out there, and people got really a lot of views, a lot of likes and stuff. And then they switched it up because they're like, we're not making no money off this. These people are on our platform making hella money. How can we do it? So they started getting advertisements. And then on top of the advertisement, obviously that wasn't enough because there's still people caking real big off Instagram, right? They're like, oh, well, now we're going to change the algorithm. So now they only see it. They only see it to I think they said 10% of your total following sees your posts. Unless they actually come see you. That's why.
But isn't that for people who are have a big following?
All people.
Oh,
all
shit.
people. That's why you're like, bro, I know this many people that I fuck with. How come
right?
Why? I know people.
You know what? That makes me think too, because I've been looking at my insights all the time, and I'm like, that don't even sound right or look right.
So now now. They did that, so they're emphasizing more if you really want to get real following and real likes and real this, you gotta buy it from us instead of from some third-party company they used to do. Remember, people buy likes and follows and shit, right? So that happened. Now it's probably they're getting greedy again. It's not enough money. We gotta make more money off this shit. So what's next? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it that they're fucking doing that allegedly.
Man,
I wouldn't doubt it at all. But because think about it. I mean, now. They're locking it up, so there's really no money, because that's what companies that get, a lot of these big people, they do get a lot of following. That's how they get their sponsorships. That's how they get other business deals and endorsements and stuff.
But that's what the shit is for. Why have a social media thing? Why create an app if it's not what the fuck else is it meant for? If you're the owner of Instagram, what the fuck else is it for?
For bitches to show their booty pics.
Man, y'all hoes gotta stop. Oh, you know what? Wait, speaking of, on a side note, why? Okay, now I don't normally post half naked pictures. I don't, but from time to time, I'll just throw up a TBT or something.
Hey, you ain't gotta tell me. You ain't gotta try to explain to nobody, because motherfuckers don't.
No, but why when I post something? Why if I've spoken to you, but it's okay. First of all, I got a whole ass relationship, so. In which you ain't gonna see no more half naked pictures no more. But I'm just saying, why would a motherfucker have the nerve to hit me in my DM and say oh, you doing too much, you showing off this that, and why you? It's first of all, you're not my man. I'm not committed to you. Who the fuck do you think you are?
It's because they're stalking you. That's why. Because they think they know you because of social media.
Are you saying that to every bitch you see on Instagram half naked shaking ass? No.
Hey, I think that's a lot. That has a lot to do with the fucking whole.
Maybe they just care about me.
That has a lot to do. No, look, but I think that has a lot to do also with the social media thing, is because if they really wanted to stop bullying, they should just disable comments in general.
Yeah, that's what they need to be focused on.
All you could do is DM, how Snapchat is. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking of Snapchat,
and even then it probably wouldn't matter. But I think the difference is there's a difference between you only knowing that somebody's DMing you some bullshit and you're whatever, I'll block that person, and then putting it out there and just destroying your fucking name in the comments and shit, right?
That's what they should be focused on.
That's not. That's why that's the point that was brought up, and it's okay, so they really don't care about people's mental health. If anybody listening is wondering how this all ties in, and we didn't just go off on some other shit, but they're not really doing this so much because they care about mental health, because disabling comments in general or just disabling responses to comments, that would help by itself.
Right.
That would be more than likes. No, but I don't give a fuck how many likes somebody got. If the shit's cool, it's cool. If it's not cool, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because I follow meme pages that don't even got a lot of following, but they post the funniest shit. It's yo, you're gonna blow up one day.
Yeah, because if anything's gonna affect somebody's mental health, it's gonna be that cyberbullying. If anything.
Well, remember. Well, if you follow the whole, that's why they're taking it off. That's why they're taking it off, because of bullying, because people get made fun of because of what they don't have. They don't have likes. They don't have a lot of following. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what they're saying. But at the same time, that shit don't even make no fucking sense. Because if they wanted to do that and avoid that, they already banning emojis. You tell me you can't fix the comments?
Really?
Even though I ain't gonna lie, even though they be going too hard, that, you also can't give a fuck about this shit. If you're out doing something, especially if you put yourself out there, you're doing art, poetry, music, whatever, you gotta understand that there's gonna be people out there that's gonna destroy your name no matter what. Mm-hmm. You could be the dopest, the hottest.
There's people who talk shit about Beyonce,
and they get off on that.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. That's what they get off on. They get off on the attention that they get from it. So You can't feed that shit. Like we were talking about feeding energies. Like, man, I can't feed energy into that. You know, there's nothing I could do that's gonna make you change how I feel about me because you obviously feel that way and you don't even fucking know me.
We should boycott. So instead of since Instagram wants to take away our likes, well, how about we all just not use our phones for a whole week and see how they like that? But I guarantee you, not everybody's gonna fucking do that. No, but you know what I'm saying. That's just like with PG&E, motherfuckers. You want to stop all this shit? Go solar.
Let's go raw vegan.
Go solar. You know what I'm saying?
We don't cook nothing.
Yeah, you don't, because then you get all the nutrients. Because when you cook it after 160 degrees, you lose the nutrients.
All of them?
In vegetables, shit.
Everything?
In vegetables, yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, we're going to have to definitely sit down. You're going to have to school us. Let us know what time it is on that. But yeah, so pay attention. You know, people don't do shit always because it's the benefit of people. They do it for the benefit of their pockets. And I knew it was something fishy about it when I heard about the whole Instagram thing and everything. You know what I mean? We got like 5 minutes, so we good. Yeah, I knew it. I was like, this don't look right. And I've been watching it because I've had Instagram since 2012. Is when I've had Instagram. Or I've been on it. You know what I mean? So I've seen it change. Before it was like really like wide open, and then now it's.
No, I think I've had it since you said that. I think I've had it since at least 2015, but maybe since 14.
I got put on early. I came home from.
But I wasn't even on a social media hype because I was out and I was out in another state getting money. So I was like, I don't need none of that.
Well, think about it like this. Like
that was just me though.
2012, I think is like really like because 2000.
I was when I
left.
Money
I left in
2000.
I left 2009. To my little vacation, you know what I mean, upstate. And when I left, the first iPhone barely came out. And I remember my sister had it. I was like, damn, that should look crazy. Yeah, so I was like, oh, that should look crazy. And it was like the beginning of the whole fucking smartphone thing, right?
Wow.
So when I came home, everybody was on apps. They had their phones. There was already Twitter. There was already Instagram. There was already Facebook. There was none of that shit.
Blackberries was hot back then. If you had a Blackberry,
I had a Sidekick.
That was like the equivalent of an iPhone now.
Yeah.
But then Blackberries was the shit back in the day.
So check it, like I came home and I'm like, fuck, I don't know, this shit's crazy. It's like a whole so for me, I'm barely getting the experience of it. Like while people with all those years from the smart, because as soon as Apple came out, then Android came out like a couple years later and. Everybody had one, you know. That's when it became because Apple was still like a lot of money. People would think for a phone back then, motherfuckers was getting the little flip phones. The most expensive shit was like a BlackBerry or a fucking a BlackBerry or a Sidekick or something of that style. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I came home, we were at a party, and my friend's friend that was there was on her phone, right? And I'm like, what you looking at? I thought it was Facebook because that's all I had on my phone at the time. She was like, oh, this Instagram. And I was like, what's that about? I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Really?
And I'm still new to all this shit, green as fuck.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, this is how you do it. I made a profile. I had that other Blaze one Diz. I had my handle for like.
Oh, that's why you had that 10K. You've been on it for a minute.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's been a while. So. I seen it evolve and change.
Patty like this nasty motherfucker.
Yeah, I know that shit. That's the second one. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not really for your enjoyment. Obviously, it's for mine. So I could look.
You enjoy that?
Hell yeah, that shit felt good. You don't enjoy when you burp. It don't feel good to you when you burp. I'm not saying like I'm like I hope I burp. I'm just saying like if I do, it's obviously because I need to release that. You know what I mean? Why does that make people feel uncomfortable? By the way.
I guess because it's like a quote unquote taboo.
We're talking about shit in general. Cause look, after the last episode, how we're. I don't want to smell you. I don't. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you know
I don't want to
smell.
I'm big on smells.
I think
burping
is okay as long as you say excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think farting
is worse.
Is 50-50. Because if you know you got a mean, nasty, hot one coming, you got to go in the next room.
Yeah, that's common courtesy.
But if you just toot one out and you just excuse me if it's heard, okay. But if you burping, I think as long as you say excuse me, you good. But if
I
you
smell
fart,
you, it's a problem. I'm never gonna look at you the same. You're scum.
No,
fucking cover yourself.
You act like you never had no hot ass.
Everybody does. It's just a male thing, like a male, like the way we view women. Like obviously from growing up and everything, it's like that's how we view it. Patty got uncomfortable about it because we talked about shit on the last podcast, and then I was like, "Why?" I was like, "It's just shit. Who cares?" It's like we're not even. And she was making this face, bro, like she actually could smell this shit, like she was picturing it in her mind. And she's like, that shit's gross. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm like, bro, do you think it's wrong to talk about like bodily functions if it comes up in conversation? Like, on podcasting, not in general, but on.
Wrong is that preferred? Not wrong. Do people really want to hear about that type of shit?
Depending on how it's discussed.
God had his boy talking about how he doo-doo.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's a little.
And people were going crazy over the segment.
Well,
it was hella views because it's so.
Yeah, they're talking about. He was talking about basically.
It's hilarious as fuck, but our debate was: do people want to hear this?
Right.
Is this good content?
Obviously, the shit went viral for them, though, and they weren't even trying to. It's not like it was. It just because I listened to it was the Bully and the Beast podcast, right?
Bully and the Beast. I like that.
and it was Wax and L'Oreal. They were talking about that, and he was talking about when he shits, he puts toilet paper in his hand and he catches the shit before it hits the water. And it's like, and she's like, who the fuck does that? She goes, are you serious? You gotta look at it. If you ain't seen that shit's hilarious as fuck when he's talking about it.
I don't even know if I could try that.
Like that's fucking.
Like,
yeah.
Why?
Obviously, people do because it's a normal, natural thing. It's just nobody.
Catch their
I'm gonna
shit?
tell you like this. No, not to catch the shit. I'm saying like it's normal to talk about these things. What it's not normal. It's like I don't want to smell it. Like I don't want to look at it. It's different to talk about it and actually be smelling this shit. Or for instance, like I said, dude would have threw some hot shit on me or something. I don't know what the fuck I did to dude. You know what I'm saying? I think they would have been coming for the ambulance for him and not me. You know what I mean? So
man, but if you got all that shit poured on you, like it got in that woman's eye, like
yeah.
You know, now you're risking disease, life-threatening
shit. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go. You got to go.
Fuck
it's
it.
a wrap. You can pour hot shit on me. You gotta go. And I'm sure it's a girl.
How did he even get it hot?
I don't know.
They said it was like months worth.
You never know. He could have just had one real bad night and was loading it up.
I bet you what
Look
he did.
at Patty's face when we talk about shit again.
I bet you what he did was he probably saved up a bunch of little those like $5 torches you could get at the gas station. He probably just heated it up. I swear, I bet you that's what he did.
Get the fuck out of here.
How else he do it? He lit a fire, campfire.
Straight hot ass.
Look, she
hot ass feces all over. Yeah, this shit looked like it was chocolate milk and shit. Like,
so speaking, so on leaving on a note of shit, we got some more shit to talk about in the next part of the podcast where we're gonna touch on some more relationship type shit. How about that for that ass? So yeah, we gonna keep it moving, and we're
gonna change the subject because Patty looks like she threw up a little bit in her mouth.
No, we gonna keep it moving though. We gonna touch back on some more shit when we roll back on subject.
Man, it's Blaze,
and you got Steph,
and it's Knowing by Podcast. We back.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for staying all the way tuned in. All the way tuned in. We appreciate it. So now we're in the best part of the podcast where I get to critique and advise people on.
Nah, call it what it is. Until you come up with a name, what's the name of this segment called, man? See how y'all is.
Oh shit!
That's
Here we go.
This.
Shit with Steph.
Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be.
Man, it's mobbing with Steph until y'all come up with something better.
Okay, well, so now now you mobbing with Steph into this whole relationship advice until I think of another fucking name that's gonna stick. For now, you're gonna be mobbing with me through all this advice that I'm gonna give you, punk motherfuckers, and get the shit right, okay?
So you're mobbing with Steph, basically, all right?
Unless you really don't want to be mobbing with me because you might get scared. But you're going to mob with me through this part of the podcast.
So what happened, though? Kick that shit off. What happened with this whole situation?
So this literally happened to me today. Okay? This dude online, he hit me in my DM and he goes, I need to ask you something. And I'm like, what's up with it, man? Because, like, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, answering people and, interact. I don't mind interacting with people. But this guy, I guess he felt a little too comfortable.
Like, is this somebody you know personally or just somebody
I've never met this man a day in my life.
That's good. This is golden. This is what we want. He basically came to you, stepped to you with some shit like,
yeah.
All right, well, bust down. Give me this scenario. What's happening?
So he goes, okay, I'm only asking you this because you're attractive and you seem hella cool. So I got this girl at my house and I really like her, but she's low-key showing signs of jealousy. So what I'm going to do is turn on my notifications, put my phone on the coffee table and go to the bathroom. I need you to send me a salacious kind of message, picture optional. Then I'm going to check it when then I'm going to check it when I get out and see if she picked up my phone and read the messages. Now, there's several responses that go back and forth after that. Yeah. I pretty much told him Like, no, I'm not going to contribute to that nonsense. And I also told him, like, you know, if you do that, like, you're going to only have her mentally believe the shit that she wanted to believe. Like, you can't do that to somebody if that's, like, you just can't do that to a female, because then, so then he responds and he goes, I just need to know if she's the go through the phone type. And I'm like, by you doing that, it shows that you don't trust her either. And he goes, I low-key don't, but she's just so sweet. And I'm like, let it just be natural. Don't try and like test her on some
he's
shit.
He's over there playing. He's like trying to Jedi mind trick
this
chick, bro.
He goes, but there is a red flag, and I need it confirmed. And I'm like, you're looking.
How does that confirm it though? Is what I'm trying to understand.
So this is my last response to him. The message shouldn't even be a salacious one. If you even want to check on her like that, then it should be the point. If she only checks your phone at all, like the message shouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. You know, oh my God.
Do you think a relationship is too far gone when they get to that point?
But he's just met her.
How the fuck she living in the house though?
No, he said he just had her over.
Oh, okay. I thought they were living together already. I'm like, bro, if you living together and you barely starting to do that shit, then there's a problem. Something's going on.
Yeah, like and if
y'all ain't never did that shit.
And he also said he low key. I'm like, well, then if you want to do that to her, then you don't trust her. And he goes, I low key don't, but she's so sweet. It was like, well, then then you guys should just nip it in the bud.
I mean,
that's just what I think. If you think like that, like this is why I go back to saying you should be friends.
You should just be direct as fuck. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, and then once again, you should not prove. You should never have to prove anything to anybody. Your actions are always gonna speak louder than any. But if your words and your actions follow suit, then that's fucking golden. But actions are always gonna surpass any words. And only somebody whose eyes and ears are open, and mental is open, and they see that, they're gonna acknowledge it, accept it, respect it, and take you seriously. But if your eyes and your ears are closed, and you have this mindset of dudes ain't shit and motherfucker this and the phone that, you're never gonna get anywhere.
That's crazy. Do you think he was just trying to do that to get some booty pics?
Probably. But he thought wrong. That's what he gets for thinking shit.
I mean, you gotta. If that's the case, though, I mean, it's not the smartest idea. But,
no, that was kind of dumb.
You know, the effort should be. You know what I'm saying?
Something
to be said about that.
He can get a C for effort because it wasn't very smooth. You know, he could have.
He's like,
better.
Send me pictures of your naked body so that I could
show
show my girl that she's a cheater and a liar.
Not that she's a cheater. That he's the cheater.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but no. But what I mean, like, I'm trying to think about his logic. Like, I'm trying to think his logic.
But
like, what the fuck was you thinking?
You're
like,
setting
portray the victim. So
right. He's setting up
the next chick.
Yeah, but you can't set that up. Like, you're setting something up that's not natural.
That shit don't even make no sense. That shit ain't. That's like putting yourself more on blast than anything.
Yeah,
like,
now you just proven to her.
Like, how the fuck do you just got somebody on tap that you could get pictures like that from? You know,
right.
I don't give a fuck. If I was wrong, I'm like, you fucking wrong too, then this whatever. Like, if you're accusing me of something wrong, you're obviously doing something wrong too.
So it would be like this.
Like fuck you.
It would be like this. If I say me and you are like seeing each other, right? Mm-hmm. And you think I'm showing signs of jealousy, so now you want to test me by leaving your phone out, and when you come back to see if I checked it or not, so and even though it's fake, but if you do that, and if I did pick up the phone and saw some shit like that, now all you just set up a whole fake scenario.
I just made you right.
You just proved my point.
Yeah. Fuck all that.
You know what I mean? So the answer to your question, dude,
proving anybody right like
is
that. I'm
no.
Right. Only me.
Because then you're just gonna fuck up her mental. Like, you can't do that to people, and that's gonna keep that ugly cycle going.
I don't feel like you should live like that. If you with somebody, like you were telling me earlier, like you know what you're doing, your new situation, you could tell them like, yeah, because it's like when you're with somebody where you guys communicate better than you should. When you're in a good space with somebody, it shows. You know, it shows in your actions and everything you're doing. I'm not used to it. But it's like, once you start getting like that whole vibe, you're like, damn, you start looking back at the shit like, damn, motherfuckers used to trip off stupid shit. Like, not just me, but the shit that I would put up with is what I'm saying mostly, because I'm not perfect by any means, but.
And you think that's what you got to do to make the relationship work and get past it, but it's like.
Because you fall into that, like, you fall into that and you forget what you really are, because you basically take it to whatever level the other person starts doing it the most. So if you're dealing with somebody that's a jealous person, and
you
it's
start
always on your
tolerating
shit. Start tolerating it. Then next thing you know, you're like that, and you're like, well, this bitch is checking my shit. Let me check hers. And then it's like,
That's
I'm
stressful.
like, yo, and when you don't have to do that, it's like, I don't want to do that, to be honest with you. If I have to look at your phone, or if some shit pops up like that, you know, if I have to look at your phone, then I can't fuck with you already. I think it's a wrap.
Me and him had a conversation the other day, and we both had said to each other, you know, we both went through the same type of shit, showing the other person, you know, trying to prove our love to that person and always getting played in the end. Him and I both went through that. And now it's like, now we're in this part where it's like, now we can enjoy the reciprocation that we both deserve, right? So then I told him, I was on the phone with him and I'm like, look, you know what I just did? Like, I just erased all the pictures of my ex. I just did this. And when I see you again, I want to show you. And he goes, I believe you. I don't even want to look. And I was like, man, that is music to my ears.
Because you
even
though
though
I
did
to that
do
type
it.
of shit. You get used to that type of shit when you're with somebody that does that. You know, they're on that shit. You got, you know, it is what it is.
But see, he like believes anybody else would have been like, okay, yeah, now I got an opportunity to look. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to start that with you.
Don't get me wrong. I like
you.
that a girl, you know, would say that, but that doesn't mean I'm like, oh, I got the right to just go whenever I feel like
that
it.
wasn't the basis.
You know, I know what you mean, but like if a girl tells me like you can look through my phone, I don't give a fuck, whatever. I'm like, that's what's up. I respect that, and I'm not gonna do it, but you know,
right?
Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, like until I know you well, I'm not gonna let you look through my phone because I got a lot of information on there and shit like that. So I'm not just gonna be handing my phone off to nobody,
right.
but.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, I don't give a fuck neither. If I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. You can look through all my shit. It don't matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
don't
do it. Don't do it because you're trying to find something. Like, I want to feel like
that goes back to the very first time you had me on. Remember we had that whole conversation?
Oh yeah.
About going through the phone, and then Nightmare was like, it's just like a lawyer. Like, there's certain shit on there like you can't share with. You know what I mean? We had that whole. That was a long time. That was like what, in May, June?
Yeah, that was at what's it called, DJ Jig Studio and shit when we did the no invite, the visuals and shit. Yeah, I mean, and it's true, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, is there ever a time for that? I don't really feel like there is. I want to feel like I could hand somebody my phone. It could be wide open, and just because you know you could look at my shit, that doesn't mean you have to. You know what I mean? You don't need to. But if you do, then whatever, go ahead. But just like I'm saying, do it because. You know, whatever. Make it a good fucking reason, or check every once in a while and everything. But if you're like a fucking parole officer and shit, you're gonna make that other person.
Because if you start doing that to somebody,
you're gonna make them like that. That's gonna You're gonna make them just like you. So the thing that you probably don't like is somebody to be like that with you. It's gonna happen back to you, and then it's gonna cause a big fucking problem.
But if you have that trust and that natural, like unforgiving, like trust, it's just like there shouldn't be no need for that.
I mean, you gotta have trust and understanding.
Yeah.
You gotta try to put yourself in another person's shoes.
And I would say only be in a relationship if you really want to be in it. Like, if you know you're not gonna be committed and faithful, then just stay single. Like, just keep doing, you know, single type shit. Like, don't be fucking with people's hearts. But hey, that's the nature of the beast, and we as humans, we do that shit anyway. And you know, A, B, and C. But yeah. But to answer your question, dude, you just as wrong as she is.
I don't think we answered any questions at all.
No, we did. We did.
But I mean, it's cool though. I mean, this is obviously what you want. You want to give him an answer, which is cool. And I mean, it's a good way for people to kind of like, if you didn't know already this shit, like it's good that you probably might listen and get a different way of thinking. You know,
right.
Because
a lot of people have like a one-way street mindset.
Well, I mean, what's normal to you might not be normal to somebody else, you know? And it's, you know, we talk about the growth shit and everything, you know, how growth comes with understanding. Well, understanding comes with growth.
And you got to look at every avenue, a different opinion. Even if you don't agree with it, you got to listen because something might resonate with you later on.
Yeah. No, most definitely. I don't know. Like I said, if I got to feel like I got to look, you know, and I'll call you on something. I mean, because everybody makes mistakes.
That is very true.
And in a relationship where you make a mistake and you can own up to it, and as long as it's obviously not something that you can't forgive, like an unforgivable act, then
it depends on what it is.
It's always depend on what it is, because there's some shit that there's like, and I'm not gonna say unforgivable, but one of those acts where like you cross the point of no return, where
right?
It's like, there's no going back, right? Mm-hmm. So I would think that in that situation, like it all you gotta be, based on what it is. That's how you treat it.
Yeah, I feel it. And you know what? That goes when you just said like something that. So look, once again, him and I had a conversation. I had to ask him about if he had sex with a specific person because prior to he denied it. But now that we were in the beginning of the relationship, like
I was gonna ask you something like that too.
So it was like the
not
night.
About y'all, but
no.
General,
So we had literally got that night when we committed to each other. Like, okay, we fucking with each other now.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so let me ask you something. Did you have sex with so and so?
Man.
He told me the truth. And I'm like, okay, I knew it already. Because he denied it before. And I'm like, okay, I knew it. Thank you for being honest. And, now that's clearing out the air. It's done, over with. So it's like, when you start it off like that, it's a beautiful thing. Because that gets a good ball rolling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you gotta be able to come. That's going to be your partner.
Come
you gotta
clean.
Make sure, you gotta make sure that you could speak to him like for real. Like whether it's going to hurt their feelings or whether it's not. You gotta just say how it is. Like, I don't like someone that how you say that, Patty? That patronizes you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I need somebody that's gonna you fucking up, bro. Like
Yes.
say, if I'm fucking up, say it. If I'm walking around with a fucking booger in my nose, let me know, bro. Like that's another thing. That's like a don't spare my feelings.
Right.
And not only my feelings but my safety because I'm out here like blind and shit to some shit. Like. Just tell me,
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that I always say is like if people let you walk around with a booger in your nose or something on your face, they ain't your folks.
Yeah,
they ain't your folks.
You ain't
your real
shit.
folks is gonna tell you like, hey, you got a booger in your fucking nose, my nigga, or you got some crust, some crust on you from your food,
or
whatever
your
on your
eyelashes
face,
hanging, girl.
Something like, well, you know what I mean, like something to equivalent. That's neither here nor there. We talking about what I was saying as far as back to the relationship thing goes. Fuck, I think I missed my point, man. I ain't gonna lie.
About somebody telling you,
The honesty, the transparency.
No, yeah, that part, but I had another point I was gonna make, and you know what? That's what happens
when we get sidetracked. That's okay, though.
No, I mean, I got it, though. It'll come back.
Look, it'll come back. It'll come back. It'll always be on the tip of the tongue. And then just it'll be talking about some shit, and it always just bounces back right to you. But yeah, I'm just so happy with my new situation. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see how it blossoms and what it grows into, and I'm really excited about it. I'm happy. I have so much peace in my life now. And for those who are trying to test people in their new and up and coming relationships, I think if you feel like you got to test somebody, then you shouldn't even do it. Because if you got to do that type of shit,
you might get the wrong motherfucking
answer. If you got to test somebody like early on like that, then it probably ain't gonna work. Like period. Like that shit ain't gonna work if you got to do that. Because I wouldn't want to do that to my husband. Would you want your wife to do that to you, or vice versa? Like, come on now. Man. That's ugly. That's an ugly thing. And that kind of shows what kind of person you are. If you want to test somebody like that, especially somebody you're interested in.
To get to this test, you must take a series of other tests.
Oh, fuck that, man. Hell no.
Do you love me, you bitch?
Wait, is it a deal breaker if you're not committed? Say you like a chick, right?
Yeah.
And you fuck around prior to, right? If she is like, but you really mentally, it's there. Mentally, it's there. Y'all cool. Everything is great. Sex is cool, but she cannot suck dick. Is that a deal breaker?
Ooh.
Everything.
Might be a deal breaker.
Like the sex is good, but when it comes to sucking dick, if she can't
that might be a deal breaker.
No way. For men, is it really that serious? If everything else is on point?
For men, yeah. I mean, just because it don't got to be all the time, even though we prefer all the time.
Right.
But at least that she enjoys doing it. It's
but I mean, if they don't know how to, or if they suck at doing it.
That's what practice makes perfect, baby. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a bib. Let's handle this shit right now. We could take care of that. So look, but this is what I'm saying. Like, to me, sex is a mood. Like, so I gotta know the other person is feeling it. Like they into it. If they're not into it, if you just sitting there and there's no reciprocation going off, then I'm good. Because to me it's mental just as much as it is physical, right?
Right.
Only because that's how I like it.
Yes.
But
I hate going through the motions with somebody.
Well, no, I like that too.
Going through the motions as far as like when it just becomes not like that.
Come here,
nasty.
you know what we're here for.
Nah, not like
Let's
that.
Get it.
What I'm saying is Like when you're just going through the motions, when it becomes like routine and it like you lose the true intimacy of it. Like that's what happened with
I think sex is a vibe. It depends on who you with and
Yes.
what you with. Some people don't deserve that energy. They just give them the pipe, you know. It just depends on the person, you know, you with. So if you with somebody you feeling, it's good to get that connection because that's how their body responds.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can make a bitch bust a nut just on some real more vibe shit than anything else. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then when you finally hit her with it, it's a wrap. So,
man,
the thing is
a lot of you men need to look. I need to make a note of this, okay? A lot of dudes nowadays like really don't take the time to please their woman. And yeah, sometimes it might take a little bit more time, but you need to figure out what the fuck she likes and get her off first, or get her, you know, before, because you guys are gonna come before.
Snacks.
You guys are gonna come before we do. So put in that time prior to, and then you know you just
give her the shocker.
Happy wife, happy life.
You know what I'm saying? Two in the pink, one in the stink. That'll spice it up. She'll dig that shit. She'll appreciate that.
Hey, have you guys ever like blindfolded your
that's
girl?
That's my advice to y'all.
Have you ever blindfolded your girl and she was laying on her stomach and you like ate frozen grapes off of her back?
I don't know about that.
Think about it.
That sounds kind of elaborate. Like that sounds like a whole.
No, because look, because she's
there's
blindfolded.
Food and there's booty. Like just
think about it. Think about it. Grapes and fruits is already sexy during like intimacy, right?
I got two grapes for sure.
Oh shit.
That's all right. Just how much more do you need?
Nah, but look, when she's blindfolded, right, and she's laying on her stomach, and you have frozen grapes, so now all your other senses are heightened, and you put something cold, she don't know it, so it's gonna bring her to life, and then you eat the frozen grapes off of her back. You know, like let me not get too far deep into
that's
my.
That's
a nice foreplay.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
A lot of you motherfuckers forget
Bitch,
the
let me
art.
drop this fruit on you.
Hold on, a lot of you motherfuckers forget the art of foreplay. Foreplay is a big thing. Quickies are cool too. Listen, motherfucker. Look, quickies are cool too, but that foreplay though.
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's all a thing. But yeah, back to the dick thing. If she can't suck dick, if she don't like to suck dick, it's a wrap, bro. Straight up.
Well, if he don't like to eat no pussy, it's a motherfucking wrap.
I mean, I don't say that just because I said that, because earlier you were on that love and peace shit, and all of a sudden now you getting hyphy and shit over this.
Nah, but we need it more.
Now we taking sides. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I'm sure there's guys that don't matter. They don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But just me, preferably, that's my thing. But that's something that you'll vet that from the gate, though. Like, you know, before you get to that point where, like,
before the commitment would start, I think that's gonna. I think that'll be.
It's like I need to know what the head's like just to make sure. It's like test driving a car and shit, man. You know what I mean?
Damn,
like,
you know what? Let me
jump in that thing. You know what I mean? Let's take it to 100.
Hey, look, on the next podcast,
happens,
we're gonna keep this topic going because I'm gonna ask you about in a situation. I'm gonna ask you about the situation if she was a virgin.
What?
That's for the next podcast.
Yeah, okay.
That's for the next one. We're gonna touch on.
We're not previewing shit for the next podcast.
Okay, well then I might switch it up. But look,
don't give them no free shit, Steph.
Oh shit! Will you fucking go on live for the intro half the time? Just fuck.
I know.
That's a maybe. I don't even know. The topic might change. Shit, we
don't know. We'll see. This the Knowing by podcast, man. I'm Blaze.
And you got Steph.
And we out like that. We ain't got no fucking sponsors. We broke. We ain't got no sponsors. We ain't got no commercials.
And we ain't paying no Instagram. Fuck you.
We're gonna do a song on the outro. And y'all have a good motherfucking night or day. It's Monday.
Happy holidays.
Drink some coffee or something. Bye.
Please hang up and try again.
Follow the No Invite Podcast on Instagram. No_invite_podcast.